Welcome back. Many skincare professionals are incredibly skilled at recommending products. But what if I told you that most skin assessments fail long before a single product is ever chosen? The issue isn't the product, it's the process. And today we're going to deconstruct the common pitfalls in the initial assessment phase that lead to protocols that don't work and clients who don't see results. We'll explore how to shift from a product first to a function first mindset. And I want to be clear, this is the foundation of everything I teach in the Professional Skin Assessment Mastery Program, or PSAM. Let me start with something I see constantly in this industry. A client comes in with a skin concern. Maybe it's redness, maybe it's breakouts, maybe it's sensitivity. And what happens? Most practitioners see the symptom and immediately think about the products. Ooh, redness, I'll recommend this soothing serum, or a breakout, let me suggest this clarifying treatment. But here's the problem with that approach. You're treating the symptom without understanding the cause, and you're skipping the most critical step, the assessment. A thorough assessment requires understanding three things. Number one, the client's history. How long has it been happening? When did it start? Did anything change before it appeared? Second is their lifestyle factors. How are they sleeping? How are their stress levels? Are they drinking enough water? What does their diet look like? And third, but not least, a careful analysis of their current skin condition. Not just what you see, but what you understand about why it is presenting the way it is today. Now, most practitioners skip these questions and rely on what they see in the mirror or jump straight to recommendations. But that's where the assessment fails. That's where the protocol breaks down before you ever recommend a single product. Let me give you a real example. A client has redness, you see it, it's obvious, so you think sensitive skin. I'll recommend a gentle, soothing protocol. You suggest a mild cleanser, a hydrating toner, a calming serum as an example, and maybe a protective moisturizer. Sounds so logical, right? But what if the redness isn't from sensitivity? What if it's from a recent product change that damaged the barrier? What if it's from stress or poor sleep? And what if it is from overexfoliation? Each of these scenarios require a completely different approach to the problem. When you lead with products, when you say use this because I said so, the client doesn't really understand the logic behind it. They don't understand why they're using these specific products in this specific order, and then they don't understand the logic. They also don't follow the protocol that you lay out. They get frustrated, they say nothing is working, and they end up leaving and trading you in for someone else. But when you lead with function, when you explain why the barrier is compromised and why the inflammation is present, why this specific approach that you're recommending will work, the client becomes your partner in the process, and they understand, they follow through, and they see the results. This is the critical shift. It moves you from being a salesperson to being a true skin expert. Now, let me be very clear about what I mean by function first thinking. Instead of asking what product for this redness, you're going to ask, why is this redness presenting now? And is it inflammation? Is it vascular? Or is it post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation? Is it a barrier issue? Each of these requires a different understanding and a different approach. When we understand the function, then we understand what's actually happening with the skin. You can build a protocol that addresses the root cause, not just the symptom. And you're not guessing, you're not hoping, you're building on science and logic. So let's give you another example. A client comes in for sensitivity. Most practitioners hear sensitivity and think, okay, let's have a gentle products, minimal actives, lots of hydration. But what if the sensitivity isn't from having sensitive skin? What if it's from a damaged barrier? What if it's from that inflammation? What if it's from a reaction to a specific ingredient? The protocol for the damaged barrier is different from the protocol for inflammation, which is again then different from the protocol for an allergic reaction. When you ask the right questions, when you understand the function, you can distinguish between these scenarios and recommend appropriately. And that is when your protocols start working. That's when your clients start seeing results, and that is where your business grows naturally, not through marketing, but through real, tangible results. Here is what I want you to understand. Your assessment system is everything. The practitioners who see consistent results, the ones who have thriving practices, loyal clients, and strong referrals, they're not the ones with the most products. They're not the ones with the fanciest equipment. They're the ones with the most refined assessment processes. These practitioners have a system. They ask the same questions with every client, and they document their observations. They look for patterns. They understand the logic behind every recommendation, and they've built guardrails into their practice to prevent common mistakes and oversight. This is what we teach in the PSAM program. We don't just teach you the science, although that is absolutely important, but we teach you how to build a system of analysis that is repeatable, thorough, and guards against common errors that even experienced practitioners make. We teach you how to move from product-focused thinking to function-focused thinking. And when we make the shift, everything changes in the way that you look at skin, but also in how you build your practice. So if you're a practitioner who wants to master this function-first approach, if you're ready to build an assessment system that leads to real lasting results for your clients, I invite you to learn more about our Professional Skin Analysis Mastery Program. It is in the link below, and it's an intensive program designed to elevate your diagnostic skills and build the assessment systems that transform practices. And you can find the registration, as I mentioned, in the link below this video. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next week.